We set out to ski Mount Tallac, which is my favorite peak in the local area, maybe my favorite peak in the world. It's a really unique mountain. It has the feel of the high mountains, but is very close to town and close to the lake and where we live. I've been skiing on Tallac since I was 18 years old, and I think it might have been one of the first runs I ever skied on the mountain. It's a dangerous run. It involves skiing a bit above a bit of exposure. Exposure is when you have a run that ends in something dangerous, typically a cliff. And it's a face that sits above a cliff that then leads into a big wall couloir. And on that line, I feel closer to like the heart of the mountain than out in the bowl to its left. And it's where I chose to go on December 9th. Before dropping in, talking with Jessica about how we were going to ski the line, if things looked safe and felt safe, I would wait there and holler for her to come. That's the last thing I remember, was that conversation and dropping in.
I just saw this moment of kind of a bunch of snow, and then he disappeared. I had a pretty sure feeling in my gut that he'd gone over the cliff band.
Approximately 2 years ago, we formed an alliance with the Truckee Tahoe Regional Rescue Team and helped create a team that is able to respond to backcountry incidents, medical incidents out in the field. We work with a rescue team that has members from several different fire departments, including Truckee Fire, North Star Fire, Squaw Valley Fire, and North Tahoe Fire.
We have 20 to 24 guys typically on our team right now. Almost all of those guys are paramedics, which is great, especially for working with the CHP and hoisting folks in, because you can actually insert a paramedic that they can provide ALS medical care on scene, and then probably that person's going to get hoisted out to an air ambulance, or CHP might fly them to a helicopter. So it's really important, and it's worked really well for us, is to be able to insert a paramedic and have them provide medical care that's really important on scene, instead of having to delay that.
This group of specialists have many different qualifications to help get out in the backcountry and help people and get them out of these precarious situations. And those qualifications include paramedic license, ropes rescue technician 1 and 2, swiftwater technician 1 and 2.
We have that experience in the backcountry, and when I picked the members of the team, that's who I wanted, was the people that I knew were out there. These are lifelong skills in the mountains that are hard to teach in a 48-hour class. When we get on the scene, we know what slots need to be filled within that rescue scenario, who's best suited for it, because we've already trained ahead of time. And those people, they just go and they plug right into those spots. So it becomes a much more efficient, a much safer scene for everybody, including ourselves.
We went to the management of the Truckee Tahoe Regional Rescue Team looking to train these individuals with these highly specialized backgrounds to become helicopter rescue technicians. At times, we often need help to effectively take care of injured people in the backcountry, and they provide that for us.
I mean, it's my feeling that I got caught by an avalanche. I don't have a memory of it. I have a brief glimpse in the hospital of struggling against an avalanche, but I don't know if it's a self-created memory or a true memory. I'd say there's probably about 70 to 100 feet of rock, but the fall was 300 feet.
So I ended up deciding to ski down. Got around the corner, and sort of the last turn, just skied right over to John. He was right there. He was on the surface of the snow and awake and talking to me and alive. What was running through my mind is, we need a rescue.
It was December 9th, 2018. I immediately started getting calls around noon, and these were personal cell phone calls of a possible incident going into backcountry of Mount Tallac area. The official call came in from the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office, who is the incident command for this incident. And they're requesting assistance to help locate the victim, for one, and two, its possible extraction.
So Officer in Calcutt and I got the call from the office, and we departed here and started heading up towards Tahoe Basin area.
We started moving towards Tahoe City area to pick up a rescue team member based on the initial reports of what was going on, that it was a remote rescue in steep terrain in a snow mountaineering environment, and we needed some experts that we trained with and worked with to head out into the backcountry. We responded to the Tahoe City helipad, and we picked up Kurt Gooding, who's a paramedic firefighter with the Squaw Valley Fire Department.
So we rendezvoused at the helipad at 51. We pretty much got there simultaneously. I was pulling up as they were landing. Got inside, and pretty much inbound, Matt and I talked about what information we had, kind of a plan of action, and went about effecting the rescue.
The wife of the victim on scene was able to call 911 and provide their lat long to 911 operators, which was the exact spot that we responded to. With our mapping systems, we were able to plug in lat longs into our computer and go right to the spot and basically navigate through the helicopter computer system.
So we wanted to get eyes on exactly where they were. We went directly there. We did, I think, one orbit maybe, and we found him right away. Then our concern was trying to get a rescuer to him as fast as possible. We made a couple different attempts to try to find a place to land. We looked around, and then I tried to go in to land in a certain location, but the winds were coming over the hill too much. After that, we prepared for a hoist, and we hoisted the rescuer down.
And then I was lowered on the hoist, and then they lowered the gear. At that point, made my way over to John. I did a quick head-to-toe survey. He definitely was in a lot of pain, so no matter what I touched, he was hurting.
Paramedic Gooding made a quick evaluation of the scene, was determined that he could probably package the patient with the help of people on scene. He provided some medications, packaged the patient, and we were able to quickly do a hoist and extricate him out of the cold, snowy environment.
Well, we decided to call another helicopter and have them on standby because of the seriousness of the injuries. We don't bring him all the way inside the helicopter. He's hanging outside the helicopter. Matt's hanging outside the helicopter. So I'm trying not to upset the helicopter and trying not to bank or move the floor too much where everything's stable, and we just got to get down to the snow park where we can transfer the patient over to CalStar.
I broke my neck, I broke my back, and I broke my pelvis. What saved my life that day was the CHP team and their ability to come in with a helicopter and extract me from the mountain. I just say thank you to everyone involved, to Matt, to Dave, Aaron, to Kurt, to Sarah, everyone who was involved in coming to my aid. I was in a condition that I very, very likely would not have made it out alive.